Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Matt Rants. This is a series that I want to develop where I just kind of break down something that either made me upset or angry that I really need to get off my chest. And I think people have told me that my rants are interesting, so we'll see if they actually are, but might as well just get right into it, right? So, before I get into this rant, I just want to say that I love Caribou. I live in Rochester, Minnesota. That's going to make more sense because I'm going to be complaining about something specific to Rochester, Minnesota. So in general, I would like to say I love Caribou coffee. They make the best coffee and handcrafted drinks that I've had in any coffee shop. And I love them. I go to them all the time, constantly. And there's one location particularly in Rochester that is just the worst. And I've gone to all the locations, and this is the only location that I avoid because, let me just get into it. Okay, so I'm talking about the Caribou on 16th Ave, Northwest Rochester. Like I said, it's the worst. I've been to all the other Caribous, and this is the only one that really gives me issues. It's just an initial complaint is the orders usually take forever to come out. Whether you're in the drive-thru, which is usually 5 cars long, or in the store, where I'm like the second person in line, it still takes like 10 minutes to get my drink. Whatever. More importantly, every other time I go there, there's something either wrong with my order or they get my order wrong. This is really unfortunate because this location is in a really good location near the freeway that you can just take off and you get your coffee and you just go. And it's awesome because it's just convenient. It's right there on Civic Center. Okay, so I get the same order at every time I go to Caribou. I am one of those types of people where I get comfortable with something I like, and I get it every time I go. So I always get a caramel cooler, which is a frappuccino drink for those who don't know what Caribou is. Caramel frappuccino with an extra shot of espresso, no whip. Now this is a lot simpler than drinks I've had in the past. Like it used to be really complicated. Oh, I want the mocha caramel drink, but I want the toppings on top, but I don't want the whip, whatever. But this is my drink. This is my drink I get all the time. I've been getting this drink consistently for the last few months. Every other location I go to, and I usually go to the one near the Rochester Athletic Club because they also do bagels, and bagels there are good. But I also go to the one on 2nd Street often enough, and then I also go to the one at Marketplace often enough that I get the same order. It always comes out good. This one's weird. This location's weird because my caramel coolers come out more liquidy than the other locations. Like I said, I get Caribou maybe once or twice a week, same order. But I don't go to this one a lot. And for some reason, it's always more liquidy than the other location. I don't know why. Anyways. So the most common issues that I have here, and maybe every other time I go here I have issues, is that they either leave the whip on top, which is annoying, but I'll deal with it. If I'm in a particularly bad mood, or just not like in a who cares mood, then I'll say, hey, can you just take the whip off the top? No problem. The worst case is when they forget my espresso, even though I paid for it, and I won't notice for the first few sips because I'm just like, this is so sweet. But as I'm drinking it, I'm like, this is too sweet. And I had the espresso because I get a little bit more bitter flavor to it. One of these days I'll try like legit coffee, but for now caramel cooler is my thing. And yeah, no espresso when I pay for espresso is pretty bad. And I just say, whatever. We'll never go to this Caribou again. And then I go back to that Caribou because it's such a convenient location. Because otherwise, not only am I driving across town, I'm driving a little bit out of town to get to the Caribou that I like. It's stupid, out of convenience. Anyways, so my SO and I went there yesterday, and we bring our own mugs. And I was supposed to wear my Raiders hat. I just forgot. I'm a big Raiders fan, in case you didn't know that. I'm gonna start wearing my hat in my videos. But so I have a Raiders mug. My wife has a Disney Tsum Tsums mug, and we ordered separately. Or no, we ordered the same because it was buy 2 for $6. And so I was like, hey, this is the caramel, and then hey, this one is the whatever she got. I don't remember. So we give them the drinks, and they give it back to us, and they're in the wrong mugs. It's like, whatever. That's annoying, but whatever. Also, that took a long time. We're the second person in the line. There's maybe 2 people in the drive-thru. It should not have taken as long as it should have. Mixed up our cups. Really annoying, but whatever. Deal with it. And then they gave her drink, and it had the whip on top. When neither of us like whip. It's just, I don't like the flavor. She doesn't like the extra calories. But if I order something, it's whatever. So they scraped it off the top. They gave it to her, and just like, I feel like I go to the other Caribous in town. And sometimes I go to Caribous that I don't go to often, where they would know my drinks. But I've never had these kind of issues. But this one, I know it's a minor thing, but let me tell you about the worst time. The worst time was I ordered a drink, my same drink, and I started driving home. As I'm driving home, I'm like, man, this drink tastes weird. It tastes like caramel, but it tastes weird. And I got home, and I was like, hey, does this taste weird to you? And she's like, yeah, it does taste weird. I was like, I think they gave me salted caramel. Salted caramel. Like I said, same order every time. I would like a caramel cooler with an extra shot of espresso, no whip. They gave me salted caramel. Now, and if you who follow me on Twitter, back then, which is Mother's Day, so a couple months ago, this was the last time I went to this Caribou. Yeah, I had to drive all the way back across town because they gave me salted. I wanted regular. And the lady's like, oh no, I made that. No, I tasted that. That is not my drink. So they made it in front of me. I drank it in front of them, said, tastes good. I walked out, planned on never going back again. And then I did. And I made a mistake. So, if you were looking at maybe going to that location, it's been there for over a year, I would recommend you don't go to that location, because anything more complicated than the basic menu will get you messed up. And will mess them up and give you issues. It's just, your time is better served going to a different one that actually does their orders right. And every time I leave there, I say the same thing. I'm never going to this effing Caribou again. And then I go back a few months later. Avoid my mistake. It would save you a little bit of annoyance, but I keep giving them chances. You would think that I was really excited for this when it opened up because, like I said, it's a really convenient location. And the first month I was like, oh, they're having issues, but it's a brand new Caribou. They'll deal with those issues. And my SO reminded me that, it's been a year since they opened, and they're still having issues. What? Come on, just... So, one more time, that was the Caribou Coffee on 16th Ave, Northwest Rochester, Minnesota. Worst Caribou in town. Avoid at all costs, so you don't have to deal with the same mistake, or you don't have to deal with the same issues that I've had to deal with. But I think that sounds like a good Matt Rant. Thanks for watching. If you watched this far, I appreciate it. You want to send me comments or hate mail or whatever? My information's somewhere on this YouTube site. Probably in the description if I remember. But we'll chat later.